Turning our attention down south, Hurricane Helene is making its way toward the Gulf Coast. Earlier today, Helene strengthened to become a hurricane. It's expected to intensify and become a Category 3 or Category 4 by the time it makes landfall in Florida's Big Bend late tomorrow. Experts predict surges could reach up to 20 feet in parts of Florida's Gulf Coast.
Meanwhile, Ohio's Task Force 1 is now on its way to Florida to help with the hurricane. 82 members will be in place to assist in search and rescue operations, including water rescues. They'll stage in Orlando and be prepared to assist local first responders during and after the storm.
We'll be watching Helene affecting our weather eventually.
Yeah, well, potentially, yes. Nothing like what they're going to be experiencing down to the south, though. We are lucky enough and far enough removed that we don't really have to worry about hurricane force winds or storm surge or anything like that. We'll just keep our fingers crossed for a little bit of rain out of this system, because we up here could use the rain. And fortunately, the folks down there, they really do not need any more rain across the southeast. But Helene is going to bring a healthy dose of rain, some really widespread damage because of hurricane force winds, and of course that storm surge potential as well. So here's that 11 p.m. advisory from the National Hurricane Center. Still a Category 1 storm right now. Sustained winds at 85 miles per hour, gusts to 105, and it's still moving to the north. It is now out across the open Gulf of Mexico. Water temperatures there mid to upper 80s. That's a lot of fuel for this storm, and it is going to intensify very quickly in the next just 18 to 24 hours here as it makes its way towards the Florida Gulf Coast. So it's going to move north, really strengthening at landfall. This has us at a Category 2 right now, but just as it makes landfall, the current prediction is that it gets more intensification to become a Category 3 or 4 at landfall. Regardless of what category it is, that's going to have some major impacts on the Gulf Coast of Florida, expected to make landfall right around Apalachicola. This latest track has it just slightly east of there, but still hurricane warnings, tropical storm warnings in place. Those hurricane warnings actually extend up into Georgia. The tropical storm warnings you'll see here in orange actually cover all of the state of Georgia, all of South Carolina, and even portions of western North Carolina. That's how far inland those impacts are expected to reach with that. So there's that update of a Category 4 storm at landfall. As it moves north, it's going to bring a ton of impacts towards the southeast, and then it's going to lose a little bit of steam and actually get wrapped up in an upper level low just to our southwest. So the question for us is going to be just how much of that moisture we can actually tap into Friday and into the weekend. Again, storm surge is going to be a big deal for areas of Florida, not an issue for us, but areas from east of Panama City all the way to north of Tampa Bay could get over 12 feet of storm surge. That could be up to 16 to 20 feet for some of those locations that are going to be hardest hit just to the east of the eye wall as it makes landfall. Rainfall is going to be tremendous with this storm. Many of these areas are already picking up an insane amount of rain, and we're going to add several inches in some cases for areas of Florida, Georgia, the Carolinas, even portions of Tennessee, Kentucky. Unfortunately for us, whatever we tap into is not going to be a ton in terms of rainfall totals. We'll take whatever we can get, though, with all the drought conditions that we have going on. So there is Helene spinning in the Gulf as we get into the overnight hours. It still has a long way to go to track north, but here's what's going to help steer it. We've got a front that's moved through, and it's kind of stalling out, but it's going to help steer Helene into that Big Bend region of Florida. And ahead of this front, these areas that are going to see a lot of rain from Helene are already seeing an incredible amount of rain pulled up from the Gulf of Mexico. We already have flood warnings, additional flood watches for many of these areas expected as Helene tracks north with that tremendous amount of rain for many locations. That flooding potential is very significant for the folks down there. For us, again, we'll just take whatever rain we can get. We have cloud cover out there right now. Showers very spotty, mainly just some nuisance showers. Those are slightly steadier, a couple pockets of heavier rain, kind of along I-76 moving from Akron out towards Youngstown. So that's a bit of a soggy drive if anyone's out and about this evening. But for most of us, we're just going to keep that cloud cover around tonight. A chance for a stray shower. Could have some patchy fog developing, temperatures back into the 60s. For tomorrow, we'll see temperatures into the mid-70s through the afternoon, kind of similar to today. We'll have a good deal of cloud cover around, chance for some sprinkles, maybe a brief shower, nothing super impactful for your day. Friday, we're going to watch watch what will be left of Helene at this point. National Design hour-by-hour forecast, the latest update here has that rain just south of us by Friday morning. I think that's probably a little ambitious, but the general idea for Friday is that we're going to have cloud cover, temperatures make it into the 70s, and I think by later in the day on Friday, we'll see if we can get any of those northern bands from Helene to work in, and then we'll see if we can get any of that moisture. We'll watch very closely for Helene as we get into the weekend. Rest of that Union Home Mortgage 7-day outlook, we're going to keep at least that chance for some remnants of Helene around Saturday and Sunday with rain potential there. We're going to see a chance for a good cold front to move through early next week, and that's going to usher in what Betsy and I were calling sweater weather. Into next week. Yeah, we had a fun sweater weather. Sweater weather. Anybody? Sweater weather.
You got it, Justin.
60s are here next week.
Thank you.